In this video, we're going to take a look at what a rational number is. A rational number is any number that can be written as a over b. So any number that can be written as a fraction. So for example, we could say 1/4 would be a rational number. We could also say the number 2 written as 2 over 1 would be a rational number. We could say 1.5 would be a rational number because it could be written as 3 halves. So basically any real number that's not like underneath the square root could be written as a fraction. So it includes whole numbers, it includes mixed numbers, it includes decimals. Any decimal can be written, any basically what's called a terminating or repeating decimal could be written as a rational number. So a terminating decimal is a decimal that ends. So in other words, being a decimal that can end, or that terminates, it's really called, I just say ends, would be something like 0.25, okay, which is a rational number because this is the same thing as 1/4. I could do 0.125 would be a terminating decimal, and this would also be rational because 0.125 is the fraction 1/8. So a terminating decimal is just a decimal that comes to a conclusion. A repeating decimal is a decimal value that repeats forever. And probably the two most common repeating decimals are 0.3 repeated, which is the decimal 1/3, and 0.6 repeating, which is the decimal 2/3. But we also have 0.1 repeating, which would be the same thing as 1/9. Or we might even have something as complicated as 0.09 repeating. So this is 0.09090909 forever, which is actually the fraction 1/11. So both terminating decimals and repeating decimals are rational numbers. And it's a way that we can see if something with the decimal value would be classified as rational or not. So basically, to convert any rational number to a decimal, all we're going to basically do is divide. So for example, if I want to know what 4/5 is as a decimal, okay, hopefully we'll know that it should be 0.8. Okay, basically all we would do is take the 4 and divide it by 5. So what I'll do is I'll add a decimal here, okay, bring this decimal value up. 5 goes into basically 48 times, which is how I just get the decimal 0.8. Let's go a little bit more complicated. Let's say I wanted to know what the fraction, I don't know, let's do 13/20 would be as a decimal. Okay, I'll take the 13 divided by 20. Okay, I have to add a decimal. Okay, here. So 20 goes into 136 times. 6 times 20 is 120. I subtract, I'm left with 10. So I need to add another 0. Okay, I can bring down the 0. 20 goes into 100 5 times. 5 times 20 is 100, leaving a remainder of 0. So what that means is that 13/20 is the same thing as the decimal 0.65. So we can do this with any rational number. If I want to convert it to a decimal, all I have to do is divide. Now, things might get a little more complicated if I want to know, for example, what 5/6 is. I would have to do 5 divided by 6 I'll add the decimal with the 0, bring the decimal up. 6 goes into 50 8 times. It leaves me with 48. 2, I bring down the 0. 6 goes into 20. 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Minus 2. Add a 0. Bring it down. 6 goes into 20 3 times. Okay. What this means is that what begins happening is I have this 3 repeating. So what 5/6 actually is as a decimal is 0.83, where the 3 is repeating. So what this means is that 5/6 is a rational number because it's 0.83. So this is basically what you need to know about rational numbers. Good luck.